was on because the screen was not verifying that. So there is technical difficulties with technology, and Jeff Extra can validate that statement. But anyway, I'm kind of like the color guy. Linda's the play-by-play. I call her the professor. She's been instrumental in generating over 7,000 leads using social media. And if anybody knows the value of social media today, they know that in a lot of cases, it's even replacing your website. And it's a big lead magnet and attraction factor to generating leads in any business, whether it's brick and mortar, online, multi-level. I've actually retained Linda's services as my private coach. She's great. She really knows what she's doing. So with that generous introduction, Lynn, I'm going to turn this webinar over to you.
All right. Thanks, Dale. So, I mean, I see a few of you guys out there. I'm sorry, we just had some technical difficulties with the software. My name's Linda Bamba. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a home-based business owner. I've been working online since 2011, mostly using Facebook. And as Dale said, I've been able to, most of my leads I've generated for free off of Facebook. And I was going to show you guys some of that I'm doing. There's over 1 billion people on Facebook right now that have active accounts. So there's definitely some traffic here. And you do, if you're going to start to work online, you need a traffic source. And Facebook is probably one of the best ones. I mean, you can do a lot of these things with Twitter, with Pinterest, but I do try to tell people that I'm teaching when you're starting out, you want to pick one marketing strategy. When I started, I picked Facebook, and I'd encourage you, Facebook is where your interest is, to pick one and do it and master it, because if you don't, if you try to do too many things, you're going to get overwhelmed and confused, and you're much better off picking one. Pick one that resonates with you. But let me, I'm going to go over, let me screen share. And Dale, if you can, tell me if you can, when I get my Facebook up, that you can see Facebook.
I can.
You can, okay. All right. I'm over here on my profile page, and for networking and for what I'm going to show you how to get leads, you need a profile. If you are going to market a business, you need a fan page too. And I use both. I have more going on and more people that I've connected with on my profile than I do on my Facebook fan page. And that's kind of like a whole other training, because if you want to do any kind of paid advertising, you want to go to your fan page. But this is my profile. And one of the things, there's a little carrot up here. When you're setting it up, and if you have a profile, I would encourage you to do this. If you don't have one, you can set one up really pretty easily. But if you go to your settings, there's a little button over here called followers. You want to click this. You want to make sure you set yours on everybody. You have a choice of everybody and just your friends. You want to put yours on everybody. If you're going to market on Facebook, you want to leave your profile open to people coming over. They're going to check it out. Maybe they might leave you, if I come back over here to my timeline, leave you a message. And one of the things I'm going to show you is how I follow people. And that's one way I've drawn an audience to me. But make sure that on your profile, you want to do that. And a couple other things. You want to have a good, this is your profile picture over here. Maybe have a friend, you don't have to have a professionally taken picture, but have a good picture of yourself. Don't put, I see people put logos, I see people put pictures of their kids and their dogs. Really, if you're going to be considering working offline, you want to make it a good picture of yourself. And then your cover page, I'm working a launch. And this is online real estate. You can use this for a lot of different things. I mean, sometimes I put pictures, like I was in the Grand Canyon on vacation and I put a picture of that. Those are always, those are lifestyle kind of things. But for this launch, actually I did this yesterday. The name of this launch is called Twist Your List. We're all kind of doing retro kind of things, and that's why I put there. But that is your online real estate, so you can do some stuff with it. I've put some things up there that I've just drawn some people to me, because they'll say, oh, hey, what's that? If you can create curiosity with people, that's one thing that you want to do. But this is definitely your online real estate. And this is, Yeah.
Maybe show them how you actually put that real estate up there, because obviously when I started with you on Facebook, I didn't know Facebook from a library book.
Okay. All right. Um, you see these little, I'm not sure if you, but it's like a little camera. But if I wanted to change, this is a cover photo, I would click this, and usually what I do is I upload them to my desktop. I would click this, and this is my desktop. I have a bunch of different things here, some screenshots, some photos. I would just pick the picture I want, um, and click on it, and then I don't want to change it, but you just do choose and come back and you would upload it. It gives you a few seconds that you can move this around a little. You don't have a lot of room there to move things around. So you want to try to see if you, when you're going to upload pictures, that they're that size. I use a cool tool. It's a free tool called Canva, CANVA.com, that you can actually, they have things specifically for social media. They have one that will fit this exactly, the size wise. You can go in, you can upload your own graphics. Most of the photos they have on there, they're free. There's some that are like, they're a buck, but you can design. I've done that with, let me go over here. I did that with, I have some groups and admin with that. I just went over and I made myself a banner. It's really pretty easy to use. It's free. This is a mastermind group of mine that I did this. My picture, I had the background taken out, but I did this whole background. But you can do anything. It'll fit this, a group. It'll fit here. They have one specifically for your page where it'll leave a blank there for your image. And you can also, I'll go over to my fan page. You can do one for your fan page. It'll leave, it's got the space here for your photo image, but it's a cool tool. It's Canva, CANVA.com. And if you're not really graphic, you can go to a site called Fiverr, and it's F like in Frank, I, V like in Victor, ERR.com. They have all kinds of things, and they're all like $5 if you're not artistically inclined. But if you're setting these up, you want them to look professional, and they can do things like I've got this arrow that's pointing here for people to click on this and sign up on my newsletter. But those are just a couple of resources. You want to set your profile up to look professional. So, and you could pick something here too that just kind of resonates with you. If you're into, a sport or whatever, you can just so people get to know you. Because one of the things I do is marketers never have had this before. You can go down somebody's timeline and get to know something about them. And it's when you're trying to meet people and network, because when I first try to start talking to people, I don't talk about business. I try to, if they've got pictures of their kids, babies, kids, dogs, food, they're all things. Don't ask me why, but when you post them on Facebook, like I did this yesterday, doesn't happen to be my dog, but we had 26 inches where I lived, and I posted this. I got 55 people liking this, and I got a bunch of comments of people just coming over making comments. And it's things like this that really kind of draw people versus, I do post business stuff. I'll put registration links to a webinar or a free training or something. You want to make it, I usually do an 80-20 mix, but it's this kind of stuff. Or if you've got family pictures, your kids, those are kind of, because people want to know you. They want to know that you're real. And that's one of the reasons I see people too many times, their profile picture up here, they put a picture of an icon or a logo. They want to see you. They want to know who you are. So that's when you're thinking about it, if you haven't got your page set up. And then I have just some, you can put, if you do have a full-time job or where you went to school, I hooked up on my name, I hooked up my fan page. So if people click on this, they come over here, and then I have my blog that I get traffic that way. So if you're setting your pages up, you want to keep that in mind. So let me show you some things I do to meet and connect with people. And if you haven't worked online, there's this thing called Facebook Jail. It's for real. And if you start doing things that Facebook thinks, they don't really want people doing business on your personal profile. But I'll tell you, there's like millions of entrepreneurs working off their pages. If you, don't send a ton of friend requests, you don't want to do anything crazy, or be messaging a ton of people, you'll be okay. I know people that get crazy and they send, like 30 or 40 friend requests in a day, or 30 or 40 messages, and they get in trouble. So don't do that. But one of the things I do, there's a graph search up here. You can search for people. You can search for a niche. If you're in an MLM or network marketing and you're in weight loss or fitness, I can come up here if I want to find people who are, if I just do weight loss and search this, there's a bunch of different things that come up here. If I was searching for people, there's all different kinds of, some people don't use their names, which I don't recommend. You want to brand your name, but you can really search for anything if you're looking for people. There's a ton of Facebook groups that are all weight loss related, and you can search for home business, work at home, network marketing, and I'll do another training about the groups, but you can meet a ton of people that way. But I'll usually, every day when I get up, I'll go through my newsfeed, and you don't have to take a ton of time to do this. But if you're going through your newsfeed, I'm looking for posts here that have a lot of likes and a lot of engagement. And depending on who you're following, like this is, actually I know Joe. This guy gets a ton of engagement on his post, but this is something he posted just about 40 minutes ago. You can see he got 80 people liking it and a bunch of people commenting. And if you click on this, this is going to pop up, and it's all the people who liked it. And one of the things I do, and that's what I showed you about the following button, I'll go through this. Now, a lot of these people I'm already friends with. I'm looking for people who I have mutual friends with that I'm not friends with, to see if I can try to connect with some of these. And I'll hover over her name, and I'm looking to see. Now, she doesn't have her follow button exposed, so I'm going to skip her. I'll go down to him. I'm following him. She doesn't have hers exposed. Now, he doesn't have his. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow him. And what Facebook does is he gets a message that I followed him. And I'll do, during a day, maybe 30 or 40 of these. And what you're doing is you're activating people to you. And now out of maybe the 30 that I do, maybe one or two, they'll come over and they'll start checking me out. People want to snoop you out. They want to, see what you're like and see if you're real. But I'll go through and I'll start doing this. And I've been doing this for like over a year. If you do this, and you do have to be consistent, you'll be building. This is one way you can build your audience on Facebook. And then some of these people, I'll just end up starting in a conversation. They'll come over, they may leave a message on my timeline. They may send me a private message. Or some of them, they won't even respond, and you will get that. But I've been doing this, and this is so non-invasive. You can do it. You can spend 15 minutes in the morning, and whenever you have, if you have a break, if you're working and you've got a smartphone, you can just jump on and do this. Because I've met a ton of people this way. And you want to make sure if they're not, if you're starting out, you may not have any mutual friends, because I know when I started, I didn't know near as many people. But this is one thing that I do, and I generated leads this way. I've made connections. Now, not everybody that you talk to, initially I keep the conversation personal, but what I routinely do is I'll keep going through my news feed every day. And when I see, I'll leave a comment. I know Joe. Let me see. Okay, my browser just got stuck.
And Linda, one of the keys to social media, and I don't care if it's Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, or if you're doing, I do a training on LinkedIn, you got to be active with that social media platform. You got to engage the audience. You got to be participating.
Right.
And whatever social media platform you are, This stuff just doesn't magically show up and you open your inbox and you've got 30 leads at the end of the week.
Right. You have to, I mean, this is something that you've got to do every day. And I know people that they've been doing this longer than I have, and they've got, over 10,000, 20 more people following them just doing this. But I'll get, my browser's acting strange here. But I'll just go through my news feed. I'm looking for, this isn't going to cooperate. That's one of the other, rather than my news feed, it's not cooperating. There's some, and if you know your niche, you want to find some of the big players in your niche. And my niche and my target market is home business owners and network marketers. One of the places I go over, if you don't know Eric Worre, he owns Network Marketing Pro. This is his fan page. He is the biggest name in this space. He's got over almost 900,000 people following him on Facebook alone. I'm sure he's on other social media platforms. But when I go down his, this is just not cooperating tonight. It's not going to let me go down his thing. If you look at just about any of his posts, I can show you one here. He gets tons of, he could have over thousands of people commenting. Okay, tonight is not a good night for technology. Let me see if I can. Right, there we go. If I go down, and he's usually, he posts regular. You can see this post he did an hour ago. In an hour, he's gotten 1,799 people have liked it. It's gotten 520 shares, and he's got, a bunch of comments here. I'll click on the 1799 and do similar to what I was just showing you, and go through. Now, some of these I'm not going to have mutual friends with, but this is no.
Now, what if you don't have, like, you go on to Eric Worre's Facebook page, and I know, like, for me, my chances were, very slim that I'm going to have any mutual friends, maybe a few. So, what would be the best thing to do if you're going to some of these leadership Facebook fan pages and you're trying to build associations and engage in who's following him?
If if you're finding that with Dale's saying, that's a really good point. What I would do is I would hover over like this guy. I would hover over his thing. I would come over to his page. One of the things I look for now, if I was going to connect with him, and I routinely one of the things I do every day is I connect with 10 people. Now the last time he posted was January 20th. Today's the 25th. That was 5 days ago. I would probably say I'm not going to connect with them. If they haven't done anything on their timeline in 24 to 48 hours, I tell you to move on. You want active people on social media. He doesn't look like he's got a whole lot. He's got a couple likes, but him, it's been 5 days and he hasn't posted. So you are looking for active people. That's one thing that I would look for. If I was back on Eric's page, and if you go click on the number of likes, the other thing you can do is, now not too many people have commented on this yet because he just did it an hour ago. The other thing I do is, you can certainly do this, and I would tell you if you're new and you don't, there's people aren't coming up you have mutual friends with, I would hover over, and I tell you, if you want to start with 5 people a day or 2, I kind of have always told people 10. And there's days I've done more than that. There's days I've connected with 50 people. If you want to make it go faster, I kind of say 10. But if you want to do 5, if I don't know what your schedules are like, but try to connect with some people every day. I would do this, and click on a name, kind of look at now. This particular person has really got nothing, and there's some fake profile, and I'm pretty good at picking fake profiles out, but they don't even look like they're working online. But I would hover over their profile. I would go over, see how active they are. If they haven't posted anything in 24 to 48 hours, I would move on. The other thing I would do is I'll go through these threads, and if there's something that somebody's saying here about what Eric posted, I'll leave a comment and I'll tag them. Let me see if there's, and tagging is another way. When you tag someone, they get a message.
Explain that, Linda, what tagging actually is.
Let me comment on one of these and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, this particular person, I'm gonna like what she said, and if you notice here, they've got the reply. I'm gonna put a reply here. Now, I'm not friends with her, and she doesn't have. You have to tag someone. You have to be friends with them, or you have to be following them. I can't follow her because she doesn't have that, so I'm not gonna be able to tag her. So let me see if there's somebody I can leave a message with and tag them, because this is okay. If you leave a message and you can't tag them, the reality is the person's probably not going to get it. If you tag them up here, they'll get a message. It's a whole lot more likely that they'll see that, oh, you know, somebody responded and come back over. So I'm going to reply to this guy on this. I'll show you how to tag them. I'm going to like it and leave a reply. Now, he just did this 9 minutes ago. If you hit the little @ sign and you do the person's name, his name should come. Well, let me follow him first. Okay, I'm going to follow him. You can do this. Again, you have to be friends with them, and you have to be following them to tag someone. His thing should come up, and it's not. Yeah, I don't know why this isn't working. If you're following someone, or if you're friends with them, when you're following them, if you do the little asterisk, their thing should pop up, and you can go like that. And if you see how this highlights, it's tagging the person, but it's not working with this one, and I'm not sure why. Let me try it again.
To tag them, you got to use the @ sign, correct?
If you're following them.
Right.
If you're friends with them, you don't have to do that. You can tag them, and you don't have to put the @ sign. But that's not working. So let's see if there's somebody else on here. And sometimes, I'm not sure why, with the fan pages versus people's profiles, the tagging, I don't know, it seems to be a bit more finicky to me. I'm not sure why. And Facebook is always, if you are working on Facebook, and if you've been on Facebook at all, you know, it's changing constantly. And there's things that one day it's working and the next it's not. It's part of working on Facebook. And you can't, you could submit something into their support, but the reality is they're not going to answer you. Let's see, where was I? Okay, so I'm just going to leave. Say something like it is true. Do the @ sign. Let's see if he comes up. Okay, there he is. Now, when I hit, it's his name, and I'm not sure if you can see, it's highlighted and it's kind of a light blue. If I click that, you can see I tagged him. He'll get a message, and if I do that, his profile comes up. But that's somebody, how you can tag someone you're following, that they'll get a message. Now, he may not answer me. He may answer me. Not everybody I try to connect with, they answer. So that is another reason you got to do this, you know, every day and do it consistently. But this is one of the pages that I go to, and depending on your niche, I mean, I'm looking for, there's a bunch of different leaders that have really large followings here, that if I go to their pages, like, Here's somebody else that, and this guy, actually, he lives in the same city that I do. This guy has a huge following. You can see he's not quite up there with Eric, but this post, he got 683 likes. He's a master at Facebook, and he's got he has a great story. I mean, at one point he was in jail, and when he got out, he said he knew he could never get a job, and so he started looking at network marketing, and now he's made millions. But if I go and click on this, and same kind of thing, and go through, a lot of these people I'm already friends with. If you click this see more, it'll take you so you can see everybody here. Okay, now these are, and if you don't have any mutual friends, I would go check their, pick somebody, hover over their profile, and then go over and see, if they posted recently. If they have, let's let me find somebody. Okay, I'll follow her. What I do is I'll go over and look at her profile. She looks like she's got some stuff, people commenting. She lives in Chicago. Now, I can do one or two things with this. If there's something on her page, she posted like 55 minutes ago, that I feel like I can comment on. I mean, don't just write something for the sake of it. I mean, if there's something that you know, sometimes if I go and I see if somebody's got an interest in something that I do, I'll comment on it. But I'm not going to leave a comment on this. So one other thing you can do is you can message the person. She lives in the UK, but she's from Chicago. You can go down their profile. She's got quite a few of the same mutual friends. So I'm going to message her. She looks like she may be into some sort of a fashion or fitness, but I'm just going to say, I see you live in United Kingdom, and you're from Chicago. Say, how long have you okay. Then I might say, just wanted to connect with you. I see we have some friends coming. I'll send that. And she may not answer me. She may answer me. The other thing, and I think a lot of people that are new don't know about this, is on your messages here on Facebook, there's actually 3 places that messages can come. I mean, you've got this is your main box, and these are usually people that you're friends with or that you've initiated. Like I started following her and I sent the message. There's a second box where there's some messages that'll come if you don't have any connection with the person, you're not friends with them, they're not following you. The messages are usually going to come in here, or if I click on this, that's just a message that I haven't answered her yet. But if you click on this filtered, you can see there's these other messages. Now, some of these could be spam. I mean, like this one, I have no idea who this person is, but you want to check these, because I know there's people that they're trying to connect with people that they're not friends with, and people don't check these, and then the messages sit here. So there are more than one place on Facebook that people can message you. You can do a group message, but I won't get into that. But I make a point of doing something similar like that, connecting with at least 10 people a day. Sometimes I'll go into the groups, or I'll just go down my news feed and try to be commenting. And you can, I mean, I don't think you should sit and do it for an hour straight, but if you spend some time, and depending on what your schedule looks like, how you want to break it up, but you could do 10 or 15 minutes with the following, and then see where your conversation goes. If it's end up going to, you start talking about business, the one thing I do is, I mean, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and she said, I just don't know how to market, and I've just been haven't been getting any leads. And I just said, and I've generated thousands of leads this way. I say, you know what? I've got a cool newsletter. If you give me your email address, I'll add you. And they give me their email address, and they turn into a lead, and they go into my autoresponder, and they start getting my follow-up letters. And that's, I mean, that's an easy way to, I mean, you do have to work this, generate leads. And I'll show you something over here on my fan page. Actually, I think, yeah, you're going to end up having to do this on your profile, but let me show you this one thing over here. Here on your post, if I post something here, let me just say, come learn list. And this is actually a webinar. I won't type the rest of it out, but the one thing I can do is, if I post this, there's this little carrot here, and if you click this pin to the top, what this does is, this is going to keep this at the top of your news feed for about 7 to 10 days, and it gets more exposure. I mean, if you have something, and I've gotten leads off of this, if you have something that you want somebody more to see, you can do that and pin it, and you'll get more attention. It'll stay at the top of your newsfeed rather than every time you post something, it goes down. And that's another way that I've, if I put one of my branded domains or something in there, or send them to a website, they'll click and it turns into a lead. Let's go back over to my profile. Now this one, well, this is some of the feeds. If you belong to any Facebook groups, the feeds from the groups that you belong to, when somebody's posted, they'll come through your news feed. So you should be checking your news feed at least a couple times a day to see if there's anything that's interesting that's going on here that you can comment on. Okay, this is, I know Mark. Mark's I took a video marketing course that he did, but this has 87 people have liked this, and he's actually headed out. I think he's probably back by now, but to a mastermind. And you can see there's a bunch of different comments on here. And if I put and one of the things when you look for these threads that have a lot of comments on it, what it does is, if I leave a comment and say something like, sure, Mark, I'll tag Mark on this, the mastermind was awesome. People see that, and it gets you exposure. And the more you comment on stuff, and if you can get really, without getting crazy or whatever, think of something that people are going to look at and say, that's more than like, oh, I love you, or whatever, yo, or that kind of thing that makes you stand out, especially like on a thread like this, where there's a lot of people that are liking and commenting on it. A lot of people are doing the things with these symbols and stuff. If you can the more you can make yourself stand out, the more attention the post that you're doing. So keep that in mind, because if you go around and spend any time on Facebook, there's just tons of people. They see one person doing it, and then everybody else starts. And lately there's been this post that, let's see if somebody posted it. One person started doing it, and then two, and then over this last weekend, I must have seen, I can't tell you how many, talking about something Facebook was doing. And it's just getting beaten to death because everybody's doing, somebody does it, and then like you've got the masses of people. Try not to do that. I mean, the more you can set yourself apart, the better your engagement will be. Yeah, this weekend, I mean, I must have seen that post at least a half a dozen times. I see it. Yeah, doesn't look like anybody's doing it today. The other, two other things when you're posting things on Facebook, I would say to post 2 to 3 times a day. Now I did this a couple of hours ago. It's about a webinar that's tomorrow night. One thing that gets more engagement on things is an image. And something like this, because, this is a free webinar, it is giving value. This will get a whole lot less attention. And I usually post my blog post here, versus this, which got like 55 likes. I mean, you're posting between lifestyle, business, results. You want to, if you've done anything, if you've taken a strategy and you've implemented it, you want to post some of your results on it. And like over the weekend, I put this screenshot up of, I got 20 leads off of this on Saturday. Let's see. What I do is I have a branded domain name with my newsletter. There's Dale posting, sending me love notes. Okay. I posted this on Saturday. Some leads that I've been getting over the last thing. I posted it late Friday night, and it was up just about all day Saturday. And between the end of the day, I must have gotten 20 leads off of this. What I have done is I've gotten a branded domain name, and I set up using a funnel system I have. It's to my newsletter, but people were just opting in, and I put, I was getting the results I got, and then if anybody was interested, I'd show them how I got the leads, and I got 20 leads off of that. And certainly when, you do get some results, I got 61 likes, a bunch of people commenting on it. If you do that, I encourage you to do that. I mean, you will get leads off of that. It's just different thing. And some things, when I bought my car, and that's a whole story, I think I got 150 likes off of that. I mean, the lifestyle stuff, pictures of family. It's funny sometimes what people really like and start commenting and liking and doing all kinds of things on Facebook. But you want to, kids, babies, food. If you travel at all, and everybody just about has a smartphone. You can take pictures of where you're traveling and put that on. You can, if you travel, put a picture here. I've done that of a place that I've, vacationed on. Those kinds of things. If you do go to live events, and I would encourage you to do that, post. I mean, I had over the summer, and Dale knows this, a mentor of mine, Diane Hockman, actually came here. I was not able to go to an event in August. She actually brought me my award, and actually these are pictures. There was about 8 of us. Her and her husband stayed in a hotel about 2 miles. I don't even think it's 2 miles from where I live, and we hung out. These were pictures from she was posting them all over, but these kinds of things get crazy engagement. If you go to it, and it's actually another time when Diane was here, but just that's the kind of thing that people go for when you're posting. The other thing, images get a lot of attention, but one thing right now that Facebook is favoring is videos. I don't put a whole lot of videos on my personal profile, but my fan page, every time I cut a video, I'll put it over here. They like videos, you want to upload it from your desktop. You don't want to share it from Facebook, from YouTube. They're favoring those more. Facebook doesn't like something coming from another site. You'll get a whole lot more attention. And I've got because I just do a video every day anymore at this point. I come over here and I upload them, and some of them I'm getting a crazy number of views and stuff. And these are all organic. Like this video I did, it reached 781 people. It's 30 views. They're just favoring video. So if you're into doing videos or you want to do videos and put them on Facebook. Now this one got 1,946 reaches, 24 views. I've gotten leads off of these. Facebook is favoring videos. And I'm seeing people more and more when they're posting in the groups, they're doing a video versus just a copy and an image. And those seem to be getting more attention. So when you're posting, I tell you to keep that in mind. So I don't know. I think I've said enough for now. What do you think, Dale?
Maybe just talk a little bit about the settings on your Facebook page. So if somebody doesn't follow you, you hit the right buttons though, because that was one thing that obviously I had all backwards.
Can you? I'm having trouble hearing you. I don't know if it's your audio or you. Can you say that again?
On your Facebook page, if you can just go over and make sure the settings are correct. So if somebody wants to follow you.
Okay. You want to come, there's this little caret here. You want to come down to your settings, and it'll take you to the back part here. There's a little, over here on the left-hand side there, you've got choices, but you want to come here and click the followers. And up here, if you click on this, it says everybody and Frank. You want to set yours to everybody. And let me see if there's. I wanted to see if I could show how mine looks because. Okay, now this is how my page looks for somebody that comes up. They don't know me. They're not friends with me. I've got my follow thing. We're not friends. They can see. I've got 2,185 people following me. The posts that I put, that I set to public, they'll be able to see, but the ones that I set just to friends, they're not going to be able to see. But they'll see, this is what my profile looks to anybody coming up. So you want to make sure, and you can see down here, it's got follow up here, and then it also puts it, there's a green one here. I don't know why they do that, but there are two. But you want to have these exposed so people can come over and let them follow you, because when you start following people, if somebody doesn't have a lot of people following them, they're going to come over and they're going to check you out. So you want to make sure that your page looks like that, and do a good picture, a profile picture, and then something here. I mean, you can. I don't change mine a lot, but if I'm doing something, I'll change it or make it something relevant. That's real. It's part of your real estate on Facebook. You should use it. Were there more questions, Dale?
No, I just want to apologize. I know we had some difficulties. I did go back at about 7:15. I checked email, which I did just prior, so I apologize if I missed. Some people had problems logging in. Then actually I lost the connection, and I had to log back in again. So I was off for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
And I was getting some feedback, so I apologize for any confusion, but we'll send out some added bonuses for the people that registered, and make sure you're getting good bang for your buck.
I'll send out, I'll email out a copy of this recording within the next 24 hours so people have it.
All right, Linda.
Okay, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks everybody for coming. If you have questions, catch up with Dale or me. I'd be glad to answer them.